indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
God save the Queen. Oh, good morning, PHS.
And welcome to our first broadcast of the spring semester. Josh, what's wrong?
I don't want to talk about it.
If something's wrong, you need to tell somebody.
You're right, Spence. You know, Savannah Keene and Cassie Cundiff did a story just on this subject.
Great! Let's learn something.
I'm so alone. Why doesn't anyone recognize me? There's no one there for me. I'm no good. People see me as nothing. Maybe I should disappear. Nobody would notice anyways. My life isn't worth living.
These feelings are shared by students in all school districts. Feeling lonely, inadequate, or depressed could create serious consequences for our students and their safety. We talked to students and staff about how to prevent a tragedy from happening at Pagosa Springs High School.
The time I didn't feel that safe at school, because otherwise I would feel very safe at school, was December 21st, 2012, when that was the time everyone's kind of skeptical because they thought the end of the world was coming and people would be crazy enough to do something extreme.
Well, the procedures, if there's an intruder, we have a sort of an all call, you know, it comes on the intercom. And it says something about lockdown or emergency or something. And then the teachers lock the doors and get the kids away from the windows. And so all the classes would be sort of staying in the corners. And that's if there's an intruder that they perceive as dangerous. And if they're just an intruder that's an outside person that no one knows who they are, then the principals swoop down and say, "Who are you? What are you doing?"
You know, get kids in classrooms away from that. We would obviously involve law enforcement as quickly as we can, and then try to get help for the individual as best we can in the situation.
I think that if you feel like that's the only way to help them out, then yes, it's okay. And sometimes, I mean, I know sometimes people, the person that is feeling depressed may not like it, but sometimes I think it's okay to tell a teacher if you really do need that help and you think it's important.
If you don't say anything, if something were to happen to them and you don't say anything, you know, you got to live with that. And so I highly encourage students, if they know of something, if they're worried about a friend that's not acting like they acted normally, that kind of thing, please let somebody know.
Mr. Guys? Yeah. Okay. So I've noticed some things about Summer, and it really is starting to bother me. Because I feel like there's just something wrong.
Yeah, Summer's, she's out of hand, see.
How so?
See, she keeps just
She's acting
pushing me.
strange.
She keeps pushing my buttons.
All right. Well, I'll have a talk with her. Okay.
Me too.
Thanks, guys, for letting me know.
So it's not tattling, it's actually stopping the person from doing something dangerous. And so you have to have that in your mind, that you're thinking, what is the greatest good? The greatest good is to protect our friend and to keep him safe, which is a bigger deal than not telling a secret. So you have to just decide what's more important. Is it more important to keep a secret, or is it more important to keep a person safe?
Yeah, I think it's good to express what's going on in your life with a friend. Maybe not necessarily, like, you don't want to dump everything on them, but I think it's good to have someone that will listen to you and someone that you can listen to as well, so that you feel like you're getting stuff out, especially when you feel like you don't have anyone to talk to at home.
Just say hi to someone in the hallway. You never know when the one word would make a difference in someone's life.
This has been Savannah Keene and Cassie Cundiff behind camera for PHTV News.
I'm so glad people went out of their way for me. I'm not alone. I am recognized. My life is worth living. People care about me.
When using a styrofoam tray, you endanger yourself and the environment.
How so, Josh?
Well, we'll take a look.
blasting trip.
Here, you mind throwing this away, bro? Alright.
Throw away. Saving the environment. Every day, every way.
Who is that Rastafarian?
I'm not sure, but I heard he got a haircut and a dapper new look.
He was pretty militant about reusing.
Almost scary. Like children's cartoons.
In recent years, cartoon violence and crudity has become a trend among children and young adults. It began with subtle violence in old shows like Tom and Jerry and Popeye, but this has gradually been developing into slightly more crude and graphic shows such as South Park. Some of these cartoons, like some on Adult Swim, are intended for adult audiences but still appeal to kids because of their cartoony appearance. With their rude sense of humor and graphic images, these shows may be desensitizing and shaping future generations into people who are immune to the violence and gore. In this segment, we interviewed students and teachers about their thoughts on Happy Tree Friends, a widely known YouTube series that has a gentle and childish appearance, but always results in a horrific and bloody ending. Let's see what they have to say about violent media today.
Students and teachers react to Happy Tree Friends.
What the?
No bueno. Ew.
Give that.
Don't do it. Don't juice it. Oh my gosh.
Why? Just why? Wow, there was like squirrels, I think it was.
Squirrels, a blue and a pink one.
They're out making lemonade, alright?
And like their lemonade sign fell and like ripped one of the guys' face off.
One gets its face bashed in with a sign, and then the other one does.
And the guy who got his face ripped off is blind, so one of the eyes falls out, and he starts cutting it up and makes it into lemonade.
I think she drinks some, and puts some ice, and then puts the eye slice on the cup.
Oh, this is gonna be a funny little video. I guess that would have one of those twists in it.
I'm not sure if it's entertaining or not.
It's just disturbing. I've seen a lot of things like this. It seems to be like a trend going on.
I think it's kind of screwed up, honestly. Like, what we put little kids through all the time is kind of screwed up and very, like, adult.
Well, I think it probably explains why we have a lot more violence than we did in the past.
They're all so screwed up. Yep. These don't help.
There's this nature of being violent, but the media makes it feel like it's okay and that there's no repercussions of that violence.
Like I said, I think it desensitizes you. It becomes, it makes blood no longer a scary thing. It's just kind of silly. And so then
If I had kids, I wouldn't necessarily let them watch it, but like, well, at a certain age. But if they want to when they're like a little bit older, fine, that's their choice.
I don't think I'd let them watch it, at least in my house, but just because I won't let them doesn't mean that they're not going to watch it.
Once they hit a certain age.
Well, if they randomly found it, I'd probably let them watch a couple. And then have a huge moral debate about it.
It's very, very deceiving. So, yeah, I would definitely ban my son from that just because it's not realistic.
All right, class, it's time for your final benchmark of the semester. And as you know, those of you who have yet to pass this benchmark, if you don't pass this one, will fail English and have to retake this course. Good luck.
I don't even know what a thesis statement is. Gosh, I have to pass this benchmark or else I'm gonna fail. Do I even need to know what a protagonist is? If only there was some way I could get some help. Maybe the writing center can help. Just because you can't write doesn't mean you can't keep calm and drink tea.
Yay, writing help!
Hey kids, free candy! The Writing Center has a private library. Wow, it's a dictionary! Lush vegetation, and what a view! If you're looking for some help on your English, head up to Faculty D, the Writing Center.
The Writing Center!
The Writing Center is open Tuesday and Thursday, A through D block, and every day during both lunches for all your drafting needs. The Writing Center is not responsible for any personal damage. The Writing Center is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The Writing Center is a member of FDIC and Equal Opportunity Lender. Must be 18 years or older to order. Calling click today, batteries not included. The Writing Center, blah 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 blah. Sultry Lorenzo and Sultry Kyle sold separately.
Do you need some help, Spence?
I'm just having so much trouble writing this next stand-up.
Well, the Writing Center can help.
I can't write, nor can I throw a snowball anymore.
Well, in this next skit, our beloved Mr. Janowski explains why snowball fights aren't permitted on school property.
It was a day I'll never forget. The air was crisp. There was a hint of social unrest in the air. It was a day that shaped the course of gym class forever.
For presenting yourselves on this battlefield today, I give you thanks.
This is our army. To join it, you must pay homage.
I pay homage to PHTV. I am Connor Bergsmith, and today I have come to fight with free men.
And women.
And free men you are. Will you fight? Fight, and you may die. Run, and you'll live. But don't you want to show our enemies that they can take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom? Yeah!
Insolent broadcast swine. Launch the balls.
They fought bravely, valiantly. Many students were lost. Many parents were called. And that, kids, is why we don't have snowball fights.
So, what do we do instead of a snowball fight?
Recycling Wranglers! Nope, just kidding. My name is Spence Scott, and I'm here to tell you guys about our recycling program in the high school. Our green bins are for plastic only. Make sure you take the lid off. Our yellow bins are for aluminum, like soda cans. And our blue bins are for paper, not your gum. So remember to recycle.
Thanks, Mr. J. Since I can't throw snowballs, maybe I can practice throwing plastic, aluminum, and paper into the right containers.
Speaking of things that are disposable, young men and women in our high school seem to do quite the job of throwing each other away.
Chanel Wilson, recently discarded from her own relationship, partnered with Harrison Day to report on the epidemic of unhealthy relationships.
So, do you think you should date in high school? Think again. You think there's that special girl or guy who's so much different?
Nope.
Think again.
My relationship started when I was a freshman and my boyfriend was a senior. It lasted about 10 months. I think a relationship becomes, more abusive when the couple starts to get more comfortable with each other. You start thinking that saying something to them or doing something won't be too bad, even though it really isn't okay. The last 2 months of the relationship, we weren't really dating anymore. We were just fighting all the time and not getting along, seeing other people, basically. So I had to end it when I realized that it wasn't worth what I was going through. They can't be calling you all these names and hitting you because they think it's funny. That's not okay.
I would define an unhealthy relationship or abusive relationship. It's really on a continuum, and there's really a full spectrum. I mean, you can always think about relationships as, over here being healthy, and then there's unhealthy, and then there's abusive. Some of the warning signs that people should look out for being in an abusive relationship is, for one, is that control. If you're really feeling controlled in a relationship, that's definitely one warning sign. If you feel that they're trying to isolate you from your friends or family, if they're excessively jealous of friends or family, or jealous of you even talking to other girls or other boys, and there's so many reasons why a person might stay in an unhealthy relationship. But one is that this person isn't abusive, or isn't, that unhealthy part of the relationship isn't existing all the time. That there are really good times and there are really fun times, and that's what the person remembers in a relationship, and they know that person's capable of that. But when the bad times start, being more and more often, is when you can start to consider that maybe this isn't the best relationship for you. If it starts getting into a really bad part of the relationship, if they have moved on into an abusive part, the name calling, they could be scared. If they're feeling threatened.
And you should be treated with respect. They should talk to you like, they're your best friend.
If you or anyone you know is experiencing a similar situation and you need someone to talk to, you can call Archuleta County Victim Assistance Program on their anonymous 24-hour hotline. You are not alone.
Attention Pagosa Springs High School students. We have installed a new intercom system due to the old system being hit by lightning. Please bear with us as we work out any kinks with the bells. All right, Amber.
Bong, 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 bong. Eee-wee! Attention passengers, the pilot has turned off the fasten the seatbelt sign. You are free to move about the cabin. Mrs. DeGeese, if you are in the building, please come to the main office. lunch is cheeseburger, curly fries, veggie, and fruit bar. Come and get it!
What is this?
Thank God I'm graduating. I just can't get used to those infernal bells.
What if you had to do it all again? Backwards.
contains how long it goes, but this remains. The only rule is it begins. Happy, happy, stay my friend. You decide what it contains, how long it goes, but this remains. The